In today's video, Factory HQ brings you a top 10 of the most dangerous water slides in the world. Adrenaline-filled rides are sought after by many adventurers, but some of the slides opened to the public through the years were actually dangerous and posed serious risks. Continue watching to find out which you should probably take off your bucket list. Number 10. Shoot the Rapids in Cedar Point, Ohio. The expression "shoot the rapids" means to travel in a small boat through the fast-flowing waters of a river, usually over rocks. The water park's website describes this water slide as a real wild river adventure with canyons, a tunnel and something unexpected around every corner. Though tourists looking for adrenaline probably expected to be met with pleasant surprises during the ride, many have experienced injuries while on this slide. On July 19, 2013, a boat of 7 passengers rolled backwards down the ride's first lift hill and then, to the riders' horror, flipped over. All 7 people were injured and one of them was unlucky enough to need a ride to a local hospital. The ride is now permanently closed, and I think that's for the best, wouldn't you say? Number 9. Ariba Water Park in Norderstedt, Germany. Not an actual dangerous slide, but a whole German water park filled with them made our list at number 9, because of the sexual attacks tourists have experienced here. Ariba Water Park was the scene of such an aggression in the summer of 2015, when a group of 4 teenagers were sexually assaulted by 7 asylum seekers. At the time, a representative of the water park said they regretted the incident and added, "We will be doing everything to make sure something like this doesn't happen in the future." Sadly, whatever measures they implemented weren't enough, because in March of 2016, 2 girls were victims of 2 Afghani migrants, and so the park's management is considering the possibility of segregating men and women. Given the lack of personal safety in Ariba Water Park, I'd stay well away from this attraction. Number 8. Black Hole in the Wet and Wild Water Park, Orlando, Florida. A man riding the Black Hole thrill ride back in 1994 had a horrific experience. After he got propelled into the water, he couldn't move his legs, and he had to suffer through a surgery where a titanium plate was inserted into his spine. 10 years later, an Orange Circuit Court jury ruled that Wet n Wild must pay him $1.73 million for the injuries he sustained. Black Hole was described as a twisting ride where guests shoot down a dark tube on a 2-person float, and here's a few scary and dangerous details about the slide. Employees testified in court that rafts were constantly getting stuck along the tubes and that a new raft would be sent into the ride before the first one was confirmed to have exited. Thankfully, the entire water park is now permanently closed, so this dangerous ride won't be injuring anyone else in the future. Number 7. Insano Water Slide in Beach Park Resort, Brazil. The Insano was built in 1989 and held a world record for world's tallest water slide, coming in at 135 feet, until 2002. This clearly insane body slide, meaning you don't ride in a boat of any kind, but instead you simply slide through using only your body, has seen its fair share of accidents. The daredevils who've experienced it have plunged into the fall at speeds of over 65 miles per hour. There have been no serious accidents reported here, but this slide made our list because of the extreme speeds your body can experience while riding it. Number 6. Vertigo Water Slide in Benidorm, Spain. The mechanics of this slide sound really dangerous. You get inside a capsule at 110 feet above ground level and then a trapdoor opens at your feet, sending you into a deep drop to safety. At speeds of 60 miles per hour. This attraction holds the world record for the highest capsule slide, at 108 feet, and although that may sound like fun, it has seen so many accidents since it first opened, in 2013. To only name a few, a defective trapdoor left a man with scars on his face, arms and legs, one woman suffered a 7-centimeter-long tear to her uterus, and several people sustained injuries to their faces and backs. Are you enjoying this video? If so, Let us know by clicking the like button to make sure we post similar content in the future. And if you never want to miss our newest videos, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to click the bell icon, so you get notified every time we post. Number 5. Sahara Sidewinders Slide in Kalahari Resort, Wisconsin. Another capsule slide, Sahara Sidewinders first opened in 2012, and this 60-foot-tall ride drops adventure seekers from a trapdoor chamber intro 1 and 2 looping sides. Again, sounds pretty fun in theory, but tourists of the resort have suffered pretty serious injuries while riding this attraction. The water park has received numerous complaints over the years, and some victims have even filed lawsuits against them, stating that the management knew the slide was unsafe, but continued to keep it open to the public for profit. Head and back injuries were reported so many times that you'd better steer clear of this ride. Number 4. Cannonball Falls in Action Park, Vernon, New Jersey. This infamous water slide has received the unwanted title for the highest number of reported injuries statewide. In the summer of 2015, the ride caused 6 people to leave the park with serious injuries, most to their shoulders. The Cannonball Falls Joyride is an enclosed water slide which ends in a 10-foot drop, right into a mountain pool. The action park had a peak of injuries in 2012, when no less than 70 people have sustained serious accidents on the different slides there. But at least one ride, Cannonballs Falls, got permanently closed in the unlucky summer of 2015, after 6 riders injured themselves while riding the slide. Number 3. The Frickin' Kansas City Water Park, Kansas. This water slide is named after the German word for crazy or insane. Currently the highest and longest water slide in the world, dropping boats of 3 passengers from a whopping height of 167 feet into an open-air tunnel. The Frick has been the scene of horrendous accidents. The most shocking of these has resulted in the death of a 10-year-old boy, which was the reason the ride was permanently closed in November 2016. Number 2. The Speed Slide in Knoebels Water Park, Pennsylvania. Also known as the Super Slide, this ride is a 40-foot vertical drop water slide attraction. In 1999 a lawsuit was filed against the water park by 2 teenage girls who sustained serious injuries that required emergency surgery. The prosecution's attorney discovered 15 similar injuries had been reported in recent years, but despite them, the park's management kept the speed slide open to the public. The park was charged with negligence, failure to monitor the amount of force of the water and its effect on riders, failure to fix defects, and failure to provide adequate warnings to riders. In the aftermath of the lawsuit, the water slide was finally shut down permanently. Number 1. Cannonball Loop in Action Park, New Jersey. The most dangerous water slide in the world comes from the infamous Action Park in New Jersey, and it only lasted for 1 month since its opening date, in the summer of 1985. The mechanics of this ride seemed to ignore the laws of physics, and defy gravity on top of that. It was an enclosed body slide and it sent the rider through a vertical loop, similar to the ones on roller coaster rides. So many accidents happened in that summer of 1985, that the park decided it was in everyone's best interest to just close the thing down, and maybe invest in some safety precautions in the future. That was Factly HQ's top 10 most dangerous water slides in the world, and I, for one, am pretty thankful most of these are permanently closed, since they posed so many risks to people's safety. Leave us a comment below to let us know what you thought of these insane rides, and stay tuned for our next videos.